no diplomatic experience. So it's no surprise that these peace talks with Iran failed. They accomplished nothing. So in response, Donald Trump made a very strange decision. He announced that he ordered the U.S. Navy to carry out a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. This is the single most important oil transit choke point on Earth. The Strait of Hormuz is located right off the coast of Iran. And before this war, 20% of the global oil supply passed through this narrow strait on a daily basis. And in response to the war of aggression that the US and Israel launched against Iran on the 28th of February in a surprise attack, Iran closed down the Strait of Hormuz. So Trump is now carrying out a blockade of Iran's blockade. He is blockading the blockaders. This is very funny because exactly 1 week before Trump announced this blockade of the blockade, on his website Truth Social, he threatened Iran and he said, quote, "Open the effing strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell," end quote. That was Trump 7 days before he announced this new blockade. So there have been many memes that have gone viral on social media in which Trump says, Iran is blocking the Strait of Hormuz, so we're going to open the Strait of Hormuz by blocking the Strait of Hormuz. Or another popular meme portrays Trump as the ancient Chinese military strategist Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War. And it calls him Dong Tzu and says, if you can't open it, close it tightly. Meanwhile, the Iranian government has been trolling the United States on the international stage. Iran has allowed its embassies and consulates in different countries on social media to publicly lampoon the US. So one of Iran's consulates in India said, quote, "The Strait of Hormuz isn't social media. If someone blocks you, you can't just block them back." End quote. Iran's embassy in South Africa even created an AI music video of Trump as a new wave musician from the 1980s singing a song about how he's going to impose a blockade on Iran's blockade to try to open the Strait of Hormuz by closing down the Strait of Hormuz. But jokes aside, it is hilarious to see how absurd all of this is. But at the same time, I think it's important to look at Trump's statements, and you can see how extremely contradictory the US government has been, and how one day Trump will say something, and the next day will do the exact opposite. So, for instance, on the 21st of March, Trump threatened Iran and said, if Iran does not fully open the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours, he was going to, quote, hit and obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first, end quote. That was on the 21st of March, and Iran was given a deadline of 2 days, so the 23rd. However, Trump extended that deadline again and again and again. He prolonged it. And on the 1st of April, he claimed that Iran was begging for a ceasefire. Now, the authorities in Tehran have denied this. They said that it's actually the U.S. that is the one that was begging for a ceasefire, and Iran said that it's winning this war. But hello, hello. On the 1st of April, today we are working out slowly. Then the strait is open, free, and clear. Until then, we are blasting Iran, whereas the state the Stone Ages, end quote. Then, 4 days later, on the 5th of April, Trump announced what he called Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, where he threatened to. Let me tell you, this morning, this morning, I was looking up the Google Trends, right? I was looking up at the Google Trends, and I was looking for the word nuclear warfare, Russia, all that. And those words in the month of April on Google Trends, they have been going up and they have hit 100 at some point. They have hit 100. The biggest state in the US
that's concerned about nuclear weapons is Wyoming. Like it's 100% more concerned. And so I'm like, okay, why is Wyoming concerned about nuclear war more than any other state? And Wyoming is the largest producer of uranium in the United States. Okay. And then it hit me. Okay. I am no genius or a war strategist, right? I haven't been in nuclear and I don't know war even half as good as somebody like Putin. Okay. Putin is a master strategist when it comes to war. And all he needs to do, right, is to look at the Google Trends to know whether Americans right then are thinking about a nuclear war or they are just thinking about Christmas. And the best way to attack somebody when it comes to nuclear is to do a preemptive strike. Okay, what Trump is doing is just like putting a target on America's back. You don't threaten, nuclear weapons. You don't threaten a nuclear war. You just attack. Okay, if you really mean to attack somebody with a nuclear weapon, you do not threaten to attack them. You just do it. Because with nuclear, the first person who strikes wins. Because you don't have time to do another strike. Like there's no time, okay? Usually, like, there would be no time. For example, if they were to nuke Los Angeles, I could not even run, okay? There is no time to run, to think, and go and do another strike, right? So the first person who strikes obviously wins because the other person only gets to do one strike at the most. They don't have a second strike. And I don't know me, I'm stuck on this thing. When something like this happens in the world, I take time to think about what's going around me. Okay? Let me do push-ups. Thanks for reminding me. I've done 30 push-ups. I want to do 100 push-ups. So I need to do another 30. You can count with me. Let's do push-ups. Those are 20. Those are 20. Oh, wait, the camera is not going well. Those are 20 push-ups. So I've already done 50 push-ups. Oh, doing 20 at a time is a little bit hard for me, but especially when you start doing them, you get tired quickly. Okay, so okay. Whew. Okay, those are 60. I got 40 more. 40 more. I need to Google quantum. Let me see Google Trends, what they say. Oh, again, it's funny because Wyoming is Googling quantum, right? 100%, right? Wyoming is Googling quantum right now. And that search is 100%. So why are they googling quantum? Can you enlighten me? You seem to know something that I don't. Let me see. I mean, are they talking like quantum physics or just quantum? Like, is that something to do with nuclear? Quantum nuclear? Quantum nuclear reactor. An emerging theoretical and experimental device aiming to generate power or manipulate nuclear materials using quantum control simulation rather than traditional chain reactions. It often involves decay of nuclear isomers like hafnium using X-rays to release large amounts of energy using quantum kinetic wells.
That's the amazing thing about the quantum computer is that when the electron gets put into a superposition state, it can do anything. It can be there, here, anywhere it needs to be, and you are the master of the universe. Don't let anyone else fool you. You are potentially the most powerful creature in the universe because you are the quantum computer. Quantum kinetics has patented, trademarked, and copywritten the arc reactor, which is the quantum computer. It puts the electron in a state of superposition, just like a quantum computer, and induces safe nuclear fusion. We can do transmutation of radioactive waste. We can do energy propulsion. You name it, we got it. We can do it. And so, if you want to learn more about quantum kinetics, go ahead and visit our website at www.quantumkinetics.co. And if you want to learn more about plasma intelligence, go ahead and check out Dana Kippel's website at danakipple.com. And if you're a patent writer or inventor, go ahead and check out patentawards.com.
Wait, this is kind of dangerous. I think this is why they're going to put the chip on human brains. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. NRN, what are you talking about? Jesus. Now I see why they're going to put chips on people's brains. Right? Because they know that the brain is the most powerful. Like, honestly, I've always known and I've always said this and have repeated it over and over and over and over on my channel. And you guys know I have been saying this over and over in this channel that don't let anybody, like any tech guru, come and fool you and tell you that AI is better than you. They already know you are way more powerful than AI, okay? They already know this shit. But they wanna use you. They're going to tell you to put things in your brain. Already people are being desensitized to put things in their body. I mean, you see people doing BBL, putting things on their boobs, putting things on their back, okay? Already plastic surgery is making, and celebrities, they're trying to sensitize you to do these things because they want to use human beings for the worst possible thing ever. And that time is coming. That's pretty much why I don't want to have kids, because I know most people don't use their brains, okay? They will see Kim Kardashian put a brain chip on her head and they will just do it. You know, you Google quantum nuclear and start realizing you're way more powerful than those AI. Do not let them use you for wickedness. Ooh. Okay, those are 60. Wait, I thought I did 60 already. Those are 70. I got 30 more. 30 more to get to 100 push-ups. Okay? 100 push-ups. Ooh. Okay. Let's do 10 more. Ooh. 80. Oh my goodness. I'm down to 80. Okay. 80. Don't nuclear weapon take hundreds of years to clear up, so don't so no nuclear did ever use on Japan. Let that sink in. No, they used nuclear. That was a nuclear bomb. I mean, it's not as advanced as right now what they have. Maybe it still did a lot of damage. People had birth defects and all that. But I still think they didn't use so much. But I mean, have you seen those images of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Right? People like everything was like flat, flat, flat. Let me tell you, the way Trump threatened to annihilate Iran using nuclear is the worst thing and worst possible move you can make, okay? Like, because even if he doesn't mean that he's going to attack Iran, okay? Let's say he just did not mean it. What he said to the rest of the world is this: I am prepared to use nuclear weapons if that is what it takes. You have been to Hiroshima? The thing is, yeah, I saw those no, like every person who's ever given an account of what they saw in Hiroshima, like that was something that stops and ends the story, right? What happened in Hiroshima was just enough. I mean, the second bomb was not even necessary. The first one had already finished the war, right? The second one was just a bonus. It was not necessary. It was over. Ooh. But I think when you tell President Z and when you tell crazy man of Russia, Putin, that you're prepared to use nuclear to win the war, they're not going to go home and think, ah, he's just bluffing. Oh, he's just weird guy, right? They're not just going to think that. They're going to go and start planning, right? Right? They're going to go home and they're going to start planning. What if he does this? We are going to do this. What if he does this? We are going to do that. You know, what if he threatens to use this again? Then we are going to do that, right? They are going to start strategizing and planning and plotting against the United States if they're not already doing that. Because I heard that President Xi of China has been meeting up and talking to world leaders. He's been calling them and he's been talking to them while Trump is busy tweeting on Truth Social. This president is creating alliances. And then I heard that Russia put ballistic missiles in Iran, that Iran can now defend itself by hitting like those naval ships, that US ships. Now, somebody was like, why would Russia give ballistic missiles to to Iran? They're already in place. The thing is, the US has been giving arms to Ukraine. Okay. So they're like, the US has been giving arms to Ukraine. And so Russia is arming Iran. Why does Russia do that? Because because Russia is a master strategist. Uh because and I believe Putin is a master strategist, okay? Putin is is a dictator, but he's also been able to play politics in the world for so long and to stay in power. So he's a master strategist. And that really makes a good play. It makes a very good play because now the US has to decide, do I keep giving weapons to Ukraine or do I go protect my naval ships in the Middle East? Okay. It's a very good move because now the US has to decide, do I want to keep giving Ukraine more money or do I want to give Israel more money and protect that area? Whichever way, right? Russia wins, okay? Whichever way. If the US decides to give Ukraine more money and not give Israel more money, then he wins on that end. If they decide to abandon Ukraine, which I think is Putin's best move, and they put more resources in the Middle East and whatever, then it's a good strategy, right? Because you can't run two wars and then the economy is suffering. The US has to really decide which animal to go for. But the more it gets into these many, many wars, the more it depletes its resources. That's a very good, I must say, I didn't think Putin, I mean, I've always known he's kind of like mad and always like kind of crazy. Like you should be afraid of Putin just because he's kind of like a crazy dude. He's not afraid of like killing people. That's why I'm afraid. Okay. That's why I'm afraid. These leaders only fooling the world and them all know it. Why you think all them say first use of nuclear? No, no. The first use of nuclear is a preemptive strike. Make no mistake about it. The best way to win any war is to make a preemptive strike. And a preemptive strike is the best strategy. Your enemy is not suspecting that you're going to attack them. You attack them when they least suspect that you're going to attack them. Okay? One of the best times to attack your enemies is Christmas. Okay? People are talking about Christmas, shopping, traveling, gifts. They're busy. There's a lot going on in their mind, right? They're not paying attention. And they least suspect it is just the psychological thing. Even like who thinks that they're going to be attacked on a Christmas day? Like, like a lot of people think, okay, the world is having a good time, it's Christmas, we're having a good time. That's when you do a preemptive strike. They don't expect you. That's why I feel like if we're going to have a nuclear war, it's going to happen in the winter. It's going to happen in the winter. Right now, everybody is talking about nuclear. Everybody is high alert. Nobody's going to attack the US right now. It's high alert. Everybody knows that the US is on high alert. They're going to wait for people to go back to business as usual. This is why the world right now is dangerous. Okay, anybody of us could be dead people walking right now. Okay, so I need to do 20 more. Whew. 100 push-ups. Done, done, done. Preemptive strikes are simply attacking before someone attacks you. And what if they are not going to attack you? Still a good strategy, always a good strategy. Okay? Preemptive strike is we have beef. Okay? We have beef. I'm going to pretend that the beef is over and we are back to peace. But inside, I'm pissed. Okay? Inside of me, you're dead. But I'm going to play like, you know what? I forgive you. God bless you. I'm going to pray for you. Inside, I want you dead. Okay? And I go about my business. Okay? I go about my business. Okay? And I let you forget about it. I let you forget about it. 1 year could go by, 2 years could go by, 3 years could go by, 4 years could go by. Okay? In this, so there was a couple in Ohio that was murdered, and everybody was wondering, like, who killed this couple? Come to know, the wife of the house, her ex-husband, who was a doctor, right? Her ex-husband, they had divorced for 8 years, okay? For 8 years, they had divorced. She had moved on, married somebody else, and life was good. She got married, she had kids. They were living their forever happy after. He comes out one day and kills her and her husband just like that, okay? Okay? He's a loser. I don't say anybody wins if they attack somebody like that, okay? But he let them think that there was no more beef. He let them think that we are good, the beef is over, and like they can't even suspect it. They marry, they're happy, and they go about their business, okay? Mm-mm. He still had beef. Yeah, but exactly. Japan did not have nuclear weapons, okay? The US had nuclear weapons. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. If you're going to use nuclear weapons, okay, the person who strikes first is going to win, okay? Because if you're going to attack, let's say you're Putin, and you decide you're going to attack the United States. The United States is such a big country, okay? It's going to retaliate in a brutal way. So if you're Putin and you want to attack the United States and you're going to also get injured, okay? If you're Putin and you want to attack the United States, even when you do a preemptive strike, you're going to get injured. It's also going to be bad for you. So when they say Russian roulette, funny enough, it comes from Russian, right? It's two people wanting to shoot each other, see who goes down first. Okay, with nuclear, if you're going to strike, you do a massive strike at once. But just know that the other party will have like 4 or 5 minutes to retaliate that strike. And that's enough for them to launch a nuclear weapon towards you that's going to do some mass destruction, okay? It's going to be that. But the thing is, you disable them so that they only have like 6 minutes to retaliate before everything is shut down. Now, that 6 minute window is still plenty for them, and you will not be able to stop what they're going to launch your way. But if you give them a good dose, okay, it's going to be bad. They may not recover from it. That's why when it comes to nuclear, the first person who strikes, and it's a matter of strategy because everybody right now has enough nuclear weapons to cause mass damage. The person who strikes first has a very good chance of winning that war. But they gotta strike first. It's very different from other warfares. Like that is a deadly strategy. It's one of the most deadliest strategies you can use. Hello from Michael from Detroit, Michigan. Like I say, these world leaders, okay, that one we read. No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I just feel like a lot of people are not looking at this with the fact that we are led by psychopaths, okay? We are led by psychopaths, and okay, okay, you think about it. Let's say you're married to somebody, okay? You're married to somebody. The first time they threaten to divorce you, they say, I want a divorce, right? You would think, okay, they're mad, they're just frustrated, and they just keep saying divorce, like threatening to leave, or saying divorce or threatening to leave. You're like, okay, I don't know how we got here to the point where we are talking about breaking up and divorce, but I think we can still work it out. Okay, the second time they tell you that, hey, I want a divorce, you'll be like, okay, you've been talking about divorce for too long. Like, you'll be like, okay, this is a strand. Are you serious or are you not serious? Do you want this divorce or do you not want this divorce, right? That's what you do. Like, that you worry. Like, are they serious? They want a divorce, or are they just saying this because they're just saying shit? But if they continue talking about divorce, you're going to start taking them seriously, right? You're going to start thinking about, maybe they weren't joking the first time. Maybe they actually really want us to part ways and get a divorce. You start taking them seriously. All I'm saying is this: you guys, we've already started using the N word. And I'm not saying the one that people use as a racial slur. I'm talking about the most deadly N word that nobody should be using. Okay, that N word is deadly. It's not just deadly for one person, it's deadly for civilizations, like whole groups of people can disappear just like that, okay? So the more they keep using the N word, the more you should be worried, okay? The more you start hearing people say, like right now on social media, people are starting to talk about nuclear weapons more than they used to last year. Okay, like right now, it's the trending topic in social media. Like everybody is talking like, if you are to be attacked by a nuclear weapon, how fast can you escape? There is no escaping. Okay, this is not something like you get into your car and drive away from. You're not going nowhere. Okay. When you hear that sound of that trumpet that tells you it's nuclear, you're not going nowhere, right? It's game over. They tell you, oh, don't look into the stars, don't look into the nuclear, you're going to get blind. You can see through your bones. It's game over. If you're seeing that, you're dead, right? Like, if that's what you're seeing, then it's like you're either gonna die right now, or 2 days from then, or, like, like that's why I say we have reached a point in the world history when we are using the N word. All I'm just telling you is we are there. Okay? We are there. That point where we start. Yes, I would worry about losing you more than thinking about nuclear war. LOL, if it does, for it would be hundreds of millions who die. So I don't think of it. I guess that's what everybody is thinking. Like, hey, um, for me, I'm like, for all we know, somebody dies in December. Like, probably there's a civilization that will not make it to January. It is going to disappear. Just like that. The way like, I know people don't think about these things, but me, I do. I haven't been working out lately, but today I plan to go running. Oof. Okay, let me try to do this plank for a bit. Oof. Can somebody count for me? It's hard to count when you're talking and doing a plank. Breathe. Okay. I need to get stronger. I think the last 3 days I've been lazy. No, is the I like mental health. I like mental health, and I like staying healthy and thinking positively. But I think something just depressed me about the realization that we are closer to a nuclear war than we want to admit. Okay? And I know some of you think I worry too much, but I am. What worries me is like, why are you not worried about this? I love your looks and image is one of a kind. Will you marry me? Everybody here comes and they ask me to marry them. There's no time to marry right now. You should be worried if you're going to survive December. It's like, are you going to be here in December? There's some people who probably will make wedding plans that will never even come to be. No, seriously. I care about talking about like caring for your mental health, caring for your body, taking care of um taking care of like of yourself. But what if you don't even have till December? Like, like for me, it's just like that. Like, I'm thinking, like, should I move out of the United States? That's why I'm worried. It's something that I'm worried. Like, um, can you even live here anymore? Right? Um, should I think about moving? I've been thinking about moving. Um, like, I don't think I think the US has a target on its back right now. Like a real, like, this something I'm really, like, really worried about myself. I wake up and I'm like, why should I don't want to live through a nuclear holocaust, okay? I don't want to. I'd rather be so far away from here because I know all the nuclear weapons right now are aimed at the United States. Okay, Russia is thinking about it. President Xi is thinking about it. I just know they're not going to allow the US to strike them first. Okay, these are masters of, of decimating other people. Ooh. I'm not having children, okay? Those kids are not going to live through December. Everybody's going to be decimated. Nuclear attacks. Okay? Nobody's going to live through Christmas. You're thinking about marriage and kids? I stop being delusional. You don't have that long to live, okay? Oh man, I'm sliding through this thing. That's the thing when you do these things and you're sweating, now it becomes a hazard. I am very athletic. Okay, I need more strength, but I'm very flexible. I need more strength. So most of the things that I do right now, they are for strength. It's mostly for strength. Okay, I wait. I do another 10 when I do 100 of these ones. Let's let's do another 10. Oof, 20. I'm going to get out of here. Okay, I plan to get out of the United States. I'm really thinking about it, like seriously thinking about it. Man, you guys don't think the US has a target on its back for nuclear? Like, it just threatened another country. They just threatened to 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 wipe out another country, right? What do you think? Um, oops. Like, what do you think other countries are thinking about? Oh, okay, got 30. No, I just know. Um, we have a saying. I come from Kenya. Okay, we have a saying, and the saying goes, "When two bulls fight, it's the grass that gets injured." Okay, they have that saying. They say when two bulls are fighting, it's the grass that gets injured. It means that, like, when two powerful leaders decide to go to war, it's the civilians that actually suffer. Okay, or if two parents are fighting, it's the kids that actually suffer. Okay, like, I just know Trump is causing chaos. Okay, and I know who's going to suffer is the people who have to fund this war. They are the ones who are going to receive the brunt of it, you know. And being in the United States and having to pay taxes and fund the war, like, you suffer it, and maybe you also get nuked. And like, I mean, does anybody understand what I'm thinking? Like, like even sympathize with what I'm thinking? 20. Oh, okay, 50. We've done 50. Yeah, team understands exactly what I'm saying. Why are you always worried about nuclear these days? I am worried about fucking nuclear. What else do you think what else are you worried about? Okay. I am worried about being wiped out completely and not waking up tomorrow for no good reason. I was healthy, doing good, taking care of my health, and somebody just decided to nuke me. You're not worried about that? Is that something that you're worried about? Or you think you should be worried about? Please stop thinking about getting us married. We're not getting married. What's the future? You know, the Bible says people will be getting married, people will be going to work, and then they get nuked, okay? Okay, this is why I'm not even worried. It's just that the coincidences are just too much, okay? The coincidences are too much. Do you know that when you read the end of time prophecies, okay, there is this kingdom that has a bird, right? It looks like a bird in the Daniel prophecies, okay? This kingdom is a lion and it has the sign of a bird. And in the book of Revelation, the Bible calls it the home of the most hateful bird, okay? That's Babylon. It's also called the home of the most hateful bird. In Daniel 7, this kingdom with a bird gets decimated by a kingdom that looks like a bear. Okay? It gets decimated by another kingdom that looks like a bear. Okay. 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 Russia's sign symbol is a bear. The US symbol is an eagle. Okay? You just don't tell me that these two countries are about to go into war and the prophecy is just pointing at them, and you tell me I'm the one who's going crazy. I'm not going crazy. It's the people who are not actually watching the times, like Jesus said, watch the times, look at everything that's going on, and you will see, and you're going to see, right? The Bible always says if you see, like, I hear the other day Israel was attacked by a swarm of bees. Like a swarm, like a huge, like people had to stay indoors because the bees were everywhere. Everywhere. Now, bees symbolize an attack. Okay? Bees symbolize an attack. And the Bible tells the state of Israel that the whole world is going to turn against it. And Jerusalem is going to be left in ruins, complete ruins, okay? Now, you tell me how much these coincidences are and whether I'm going crazy and why I'm obsessed. Like, I'm like, why you not obsessed? Maybe Kim Kardashian got you all her voodoo on her. You're thinking about her fake bump. But me, I'm watching the times, okay? 20, 70. Okay. I got 30 more to hit 100. Got 30 more to hit 100. 100. Good point. Well, after I thought about it, you're right. I'm worried about making more money. That's all. There's a time money is going to be useless. Okay? People will, if we get decimated by nuclear right now, money will not help you. People will be only looking for fresh water that doesn't have uranium in it. Okay? Nobody will care about money, gold, whatever. We are back to basics. Like, do you have water? Do you have clean water? Okay? Like, it goes back to those basics. Can you find food? Do you have water? The earth becomes barren. You can't even plant food. Start thinking about living. Stop thinking about dying. It's time you start thinking about dying. Whoever is afraid of losing their life is going to lose it. Whoever is not afraid to lose their life is going to gain it. People are just not paying attention what's going around. Exactly, Derek, right? Uh, Around them, it's plain as day until it happened, and then it's like, oh, what happened, right? Exactly. Like, I tell you, Derek, when I talk about these things, they think I'm stupid, they think I'm mad. And the Bible says it's going to be like the days of Noah, okay? You're going to sound an alarm to people. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to think that you're crazy. I'm saying you just repent your sins right now, okay? Okay? Let me tell you, the Bible says there will be silver and gold on the streets, and nobody will want that silver and gold because it's going to be worthless. All you will be wanting is water. Okay? You're just looking for water, and we are looking at that future right now. Okay? But I don't know, if you don't read the word of God and if you don't understand the political situation that you're in, it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm just telling you, just look closer. Look closer. People are having dreams, kids are having visions. Everything is as clear as the day. Everything that book says and what's happening right now is just as clear as the day. That's why I'm telling you, you're worrying about tomorrow's rent, but I'm telling you, we might not even be here by December. The way things are moving so fast, the way things seem to be going on. Derek is saying, yes, they do. They think you're crazy because it's telling the truth. Don't nobody want to accept the truth for what it is, baby. I'm looking at you right now. Derek says, yes, they do. They think you're crazy because it's telling the truth. Yeah. And people don't have dreams, but visions. Will you call them whatever you want, okay? A dream is something you visualize, right? But let me tell you, some of these dreams that people are having, people have been saying that dream must have come from God, but that's not like a normal dream. And the reason why it's not like a normal dream, they wake up and they can remember everything. Like they can tell you about everything. And they're like, that one, I have dreams, but that one is just not normal. Like they tell you, like that one. Okay, so let me do another. I think I did. I did up to 70, right? Have I done up? I think I've done up to 70. I need to do another 20, then another 10. If I can do 20 or 10, whichever ones. Okay, let's see how much I can do right now. But I've done 70. I have 30 more. Look, I'm looking at you, laughing with you, but it's a serious situation, and people just not paying attention. They don't they don't take it seriously. Yeah, that these are the last days. People don't think so. Like I know people don't think so, and I think when I talk about it, I look like I'm delusional, like like I'm obsessed, and I'm thinking to myself, we're talking about nuclear right now. Okay, we are talking about an abrupt end of an empire like the US, and it's predicted in the Bible, and it happens so suddenly. I mean, is there anything else you'd rather be talking about? Like, I just don't understand it. Whew, 20. I got 10 more. Got 10 more, and it will be 100. I've done 100 push-ups, 100 of this. I'll try to hold a 1 minute plank. Yeah, I don't know, but for me, is that one thing that I'm looking at every day, and I'm waking up and I'm thinking, really, this is what, like, this is where we are at, for reals, for reals. And I'm looking it again, and I'm listening to people's stories, their visions, their dreams, and I'm like listening to the war, like the rumors of war, everything that's going on. People don't have a clue about like what is happening in Sudan, what's happening. Like people, I think people don't have a clue about these wars. Let me count. And I'm thinking to myself, am I going crazy? No, you're not. People like you and I, they say we weird because we speak the truth, but what they don't know, that the truth will take a father than a bunch of lies, right? Right, exactly, right. It's better somebody tells you the truth that somebody like lies to you. And and I see all the deceit. And the Bible says in the last days there's going to be a lot of deceit. And I am looking like the whole state of Israel has been brainwashed. Okay, almost. I'm okay. I'm not going to say the whole state of Israel because I know there are people in those places that know the message of the truth, but they've been brainwashed that this is a holy war. And the level of of people programming them and manipulating them, like I was I was looking at the level of how the Jews hate Palestinians. Like, and I was like, somebody has must have taught you to just hate from when you're very young. Like you must grow in that atmosphere for because they just say unhinged things. Like they don't deserve to live. They need to die. Their children need to die. Um, like they say the most unhinged things. And I'm like, these people have been deceived, mass deception. And the Bible says there'll be a lot of deception happening. And I'm looking at it right here. And I'm like, why did God let me see through this when other people are so blind to it? Like, why? Why? It feels so lonely sometimes. It's like I'm shouting it to the mountaintops and telling people, you better pray right now. You better repent your sins. I'm not telling you to repent your sins and pray to God so that He can stop what's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just save your soul right now. just basically accept Christ in your life, save your soul right now from eternal damnation. But whatever's going to happen is happening. You can't stop it. Not here in America. I don't think there's hope here. I'm seriously when I tell you that these things have been weighing on me and I'm thinking about moving from the United States because I don't see salvation here. I mean, I'm just think we are dead people walking right now. You think I'm worried? I'm not really worried. I'm just like in disbelief. It's just in disbelief. I'm not worried. You know, I could move to Kenya and die there too. I could move to Canada and die there too. Okay. Everybody has an appointed time of death. Okay. And some people have been, their appointed time of death is nuclear annihilation and it's coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 1. Okay. I did 110, 110. Whew. I must be strong. I did 110 of those, 100 push-ups. Tell you, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. like the thing about it is that I know the truth, okay? When I wake up and I go about my business, like I wake up, um, I do exercise, I do all these things, okay? I am not doing it like thinking that I'm going to live forever. Right now, I know the end is so near, okay? Like I know it's so close. So I am just behaving then the way every normal person would behave when they realize the things that I have realized, okay? A lot of you think I'm worried. Like how would you be if you realized what Derek and I have realized? Like how else would you be? You know, and I think a lot of people they don't want that realization to sink in. They don't want that realization to sink in. They think I'm worried, but how do you expect me to be? Right? Like how do you want me to be? Not talk about it? Not tell people what I know? Pretend it's not happening? Okay, so I will set 1 minute and 2 seconds. See if I can hold a plank for that long. Okay, let's wait for the clock to go. I gotta be me. Hello, darling. Hi, Chachili. Hi, Tim. Yes, we meet again, Mr. Miyagi. Ooh, I got 30 seconds to go. Oof, I might make a 1 minute plank hold. Baby, I got 20 seconds to go. Oh, final 15, final 10. Whew, I'm holding a plank for 1 minute. Ooh, you had it? Timer? I did it. Oof, I held it for 1 minute, 2 seconds. I know this seems weird, but and I've been watching those rapture stories where people say they get left behind. Like they have this vision of the rapture and they see that they are clearly being left behind. Nobody wants to be left behind in a rapture. Yeah. Pray that you never get left behind in a rapture. Okay? Okay, let's try to do another 1 minute plank. These are good. Like push-ups, planks. These are good. I don't know if I'll finish this 1 minute plank, but let's do it. Don't change. If I do change, I'm going to be faking it. Um, I'm telling you, this is something that weighed on me. Like when I started, I don't know why God led me to this, but it weighed on me. Like when I see the time. Okay, 25 seconds. Ooh. Why I can see the time. Okay. Whew, 10, 8, 7, 6. Almost. Woo! Two. I got two. I got 2 minutes of plank holding. Whew. Let me tell you, those are milestones to hold a plank for a minute. It means I'm getting stronger. How long can you hold a plank? Okay, let me see if I can hold for the last. That one was hard. But let me see if I can hold for another minute. Okay, let me get in place. Start. Okay, let's do another 1 minute plank hold. I don't know if I'll do 1 minute right now. Ooh, 38 seconds to go. Ooh, man, I got 30 more seconds to go. Whew, baby. baby, 20 more seconds to go. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, baby, 10. 10 to go. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, oh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to do. Those are. That's 3 minutes of holding a plank. Ooh. Ooh. You see the sweat? You see how sweaty I am? You see the palms of my hands? How sweaty they are? Maybe you won't see it, but I'm sweaty. Okay. Those, I tell you, a plank will humble you. That one humbled me. But at least I held like 3 for 1 minute. You see, I know you don't see like I broke into a sweat, but I actually really did on that one. So like there is this other one. This exercise will humble you, okay? And it will have you break into a sweat. It seems like a weird exercise, but doing this, okay? This makes the body break into a sweat. This one alone. It's called in yoga. The body is not used to being in this position. The squat, like you're squatting. Hi, darling. Whew. This one is good. Even my back is sweaty. You want to do these small little exercises that don't seem like much, but they're actually much, right? Like, you know how they say the 80-20? The 80-20 rule is like 20, 20 moves, like 20% of the things, of the exercise moves will give you 80% of the results you want. Like, so you want to do the hard ones first. You want to do like, you want to do a plank hold, you want to do some push-ups, you want to do some pull-ups. Even those 3 can give you like 90% of the results that you need. Right? Just like this. I don't know, I don't remember what they call it in yoga. But for me, I noticed like every time in yoga they make you do this, you heat up your body very fast. Like your body heats up very, very fast. You sweat. You're looking to break into a sweat. You will sweat on this one because I'm like, why am I still sweaty? I mean, I know the push ups was something. Let's go. So now we're going to do 100. We're going to do 100 squats. We're going to do 100 squats. So get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Trying to avoid that. Ten. We got 90 to go. Twenty. 8 to go. Someone says, I set the bath water for you. So when you finish walking, right? 20. We got 80 to go. So let's keep doing it. Artie. Forty. Ooh. 50. Okay, now I'm sweaty. Okay, now I'm sweaty. I got 50 more to go. Now I have 50 to go. Remember, squats are very good, and I can still feel my body getting heat. Right? Okay, let's do another 50. 60. $70. We got 30 more. 30 more. Okay. Whoo, 80. 20 more, 20 more. I got some scented oil in my bath water. Woohoo! 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 Okay, we got 20 more to go. Baby, baby. 20 more to go. Okay, we got 20 more to go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. 10. That's 90. 1. Okay, got 100. 100. So let's now do an extra 10. Okay. Sometimes when I hit my goal, I like to just do a little bit. Okay. And I do a little bit so my mind knows you already did more than 100 the last time you challenge yourself. So if you want to do 50, you do 50. When you have time, you do an extra 1 or an extra 2. You don't have to do an extra 10. The reason I do that is to set myself psychologically that I can do a little bit more. Like when I was doing a plank, I set it to 1 minute, 2 seconds. 1 minute, 2 seconds. Now my body knows it can do more than a minute. Name of game. Name of game. Okay. This is the last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Whew. 110, 110, 100. Okay, whatever you do to motivate yourself, okay? You just gotta do it sometimes. It's your journey with your body. Everybody got a different journey, right? Don't blame yourself, motivate yourself. Yeah, I think I always gotta remember that, like, not to blame myself, to motivate myself, you know? Because sometimes you wake up, you don't want to work out, and you can be like, oh, sometimes the body just, sometimes the body is recovering, sometimes it's your mental attitude, you're not in the head space. But the thing is to see, if I blame myself, how productive am I gonna be? If I motivate myself, how productive am I gonna be? Like, at the end of the day, like, see, I don't like jumping that much, but let me take this before there's a disaster here. And somebody gets an accident. These things are kind of dangerous if you hit them with your leg or your toes. You might lose a nail. I hate jumping that much. I just do 20 of this jumping. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I feel like I think I wear earbuds a lot, and I need to stop because I feel like there's a block in my ear. Ah, now both of them feel blocked. Man, I think jumping is not a good thing. I feel echoing in my head. Oh, God. When you go on the airplane, yeah, it's the earbuds. I will stop using them. Shit. Yeah, it's terrible. I feel like I'm on an airplane when your ears kind of block. Mm, this one is still blocked. This one is still blocked. Okay, now, okay. It's semi. This one is okay. This one, no. Like, I feel like when you talk and you feel like it's echoing in your head, I swear. I, funny. Or maybe I need to get my ear checked by the doctor. That's weird. It happened yesterday and I thought it was weird. See, when I do like this, it's fine, a little bit better. That's so weird. Let me see if I jump again. Maybe it clears if I do like 10 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It did not work. Did not work. I still feel like something in my ear. Like, sometimes you blow into, like somebody told me, if you blow air and you close your nostrils and you blow air, it'll help. But it's helping only on this side. It's not helping on this side. I know. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. Let me make myself some water, something. I will stop completely. Like, I don't want this anymore. I do use earbuds a lot, especially, I think I use them way too much. Yeah, I use them way too much. I'm telling you, I'll stop that habit. I will stop. Now I know it's not funny. I can't. I still feel I like a microphone. I don't know how. I feel like it's a mic, like the way you feel the earbuds, like something is off. Oh my goodness. It's uncomfortable. I feel like taking my jaw and pulling it down. Feels so fucking weird. I can't open my hair. I'm working out. I stopped cooking my brain. I'm your Professor Lumumba. You're funny. You're funny. Seriously, what was I reading? Yeah. Okay, don't never buy this book. Yeah, I'll try to read this book. And I'll tell you if if you can get a 4-hour work week. Okay. Hey, thanks for working out with me today. Oh, so you like Pan-Africanism? I think, did the Pan-African ideology just die? I mean, what do you think about this ideology? I think we don't have leaders like Kwame Nkrumah who championed Pan-Africanism here. To be honest, I think the African leaders we have right now, our salvation is Ibrahim Traore, but he's the only one. We are we are a true and yeah, and Thomas Sankara. Yeah, we are a true sleeping giant. Like I've never seen a term that describes a sleeping giant like Africa. There's no time. You know what I think? I think I think superpowers are changing powers, okay? And I think it's going to happen suddenly. Like um this is where I see the future going, okay? I think um okay, this is what I think about where the world is headed. I don't think I don't think China wants to become a superpower. Okay, if China wanted to become a world superpower, I know Americans think that China wants nothing else but to rise and dominate. But if China wanted that, China would be pursuing that goal. And the only goal that China seems to want to pursue is more markets for its goods. Like, that's the only thing that seems to be concerning China right now. If China really wanted to become a global superpower, I think it would be pursuing that right now. Like, it would be actively pursuing that goal. China doesn't seem to be bothered. Like, it doesn't seem to be bothered. It's happy with the current position that it's in. And I don't think it really cares about who is the world superpower, as long as it has its own goods. I think Russia has is more ambitious. I think Russia would want more power. I think Germany, I think Germany would want more power. I think these two countries would want more global power than they have right now. So, um, India, India has the numbers, but I don't think India wants to pursue that goal. I think India is not in a position like China to become a superpower, but I think India has more problems than to pursue being a superpower. Okay. I'm not saying that it doesn't have a potential. Okay. Africa, we are so behind in our politics right now. We don't have one economy. We don't have one economy. Africa is a giant, but we haven't moved into one currency, one economy, and it's going to be very hard because look, it's just one country like Sudan. Sudan would rather die than live peacefully, right? I think almost anyone from Sudan right now is a refugee somewhere. Exactly. Russia cannot do it alone. The strength to be a global power alone, but it can do it with the backing of a superpower that does not want to be a superpower, like China. Like, China doesn't want to be a superpower. It seems like it doesn't, it's not interested. It would rather somebody else do the heavy lifting for it, unless it's really sucked into it. Um, because China would, if they wanted right now, they can become a superpower. If that's what they wanted and there was nothing else to it, that's the only thing they want. Right now they can become a superpower. But they don't want to go into war with anybody. They don't want to come and claim the position of the United States. China is more like, if the US goes down on its own, it goes down on its own, right? But I think the one person that can actually challenge the existence of the United States is Putin. If Putin is a hunter, okay, he's a hunter. Right now, if he sees a good opportunity to alliance with China and take down the US for whatever, he would not waste it for the world. He would not waste it for anybody. Like, that's the guy right now that I would be looking at. And the thing about Putin and why he can be very effective and very efficient is Putin is a lone wolf. He's a lone wolf. He's out there hunting on his own, right? The thing with European Union and NATO, right? They're like a pack of wolves. But the thing with the pack of wolves, you have to coordinate them. You know, you have to coordinate them. They have to all align in a strategic alliance before they can agree to strike. Putin does not need that. He's a lone wolf. And I think that's what it makes him more interesting for China. You get where you get where I'm going with this? Like, he's a strategic alliance, okay? His position in the global economy is very, very strategic. Um, he wouldn't have problems with other dictators like North Korea. Like, he's very strategic. He doesn't have a problem with other dictators. In fact, he's probably likely to make alliances with them more quickly than Europe would, because they scorn a rogue dictator, right? Um, in reality, all of these guys in in politics, I'm not. Nobody is denying the power and the might of the U.S. empire. Nobody is denying the power and the might of the U.S. empire and the technology. Nobody is denying that. But that is not enough to win a war. That is not enough. That is not enough to win a war. The great Alexander, he only won through strength, right? You hear him having like all these elephants to come and distract the enemy, like stuff like that. It wasn't money, it was sometimes just strategy. And if you want to understand why having all of the things that you have, having more money is not enough, go look at the story of David and Goliath. Okay? Look at the story of David and Goliath. And you will see Goliath was strong. Goliath, they had more money. Like nobody, it was a giant. It's a giant. And I think the stories of David and Goliath are there to give you a lesson in life and history and the art of war. It doesn't matter how big you are when it comes to war. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how big you are, right? In fact, the bigger you are, the more blind you become. Okay? Becoming big is actually not a good thing sometimes. Sometimes when you're too big, you're not able to see very well. Like when you're a giant, you're not able to see some of your weaknesses. Okay? Sometimes when you're small like Goliath, you have better vision. You have a better vision. You study your enemy and you're able to see their weaknesses better than they can see their weaknesses because sometimes David beats Goliath. Okay? Sometimes David beats Goliath. And I think this is what, for me, I see that a lot of people in the US don't see. Like right now, when we are talking, when Trump is already threatening everybody and he's bragging about how big the US is, how it can decimate a country overnight. And I'm thinking, now you're becoming like Goliath. You're becoming boastful like Goliath. Okay? There's a David out there watching you, studying you, trying to figure you out and your weaknesses, and you're boastfully giving them all the ideas, showing your weak position, and they're studying you, right? This is the art of war. You can have everything on your side and still lose the war. Okay? Think about how the US, how Washington won against the British Empire. Okay? George Washington won against the British Empire. It was Christmas, right? And the British soldiers in New York, right? They're there. They're thinking that George Washington is going to sleep through Christmas and fight them after Christmas. George Washington had already lost like 2,000 men. He'd already lost them in the previous war to the British soldiers. The British soldiers, they were 100%. The British soldiers, okay, they were 100% convinced that this guy has lost so many men, he's not going to win this war. Okay? Because there was no way. Do you know how demoralizing? You've lost like 2,000 men in like 3 days, and you have to go into the winter. It's winter, it's cold, and you've already lost 2,000 men. Let me tell you, he wins that war. Within 1 hour, he won that war. They crossed the Delaware Water midnight. Okay, that water is cold. It's very, very cold. But he tells them, we got only one shot. Okay? They think it's Christmas. They are sleeping. And they don't fucking think that we have it in us to cross this cold Delaware water. And we are short of 2,000 men. Okay? So the British, they party, they're having a good time, they drink, they party. Okay? George Washington and his men are crossing the ice cold Delaware waters at night. Okay? They surround the British who are partying, drunk, and sleepy because they thought it was Christmas. They win that within 1 hour. Within that 1 hour, the history of the United States is determined, and we are now living that history. Within 1 hour, America wins against the crown. America becomes independent. One move, one move, one move, and they did not have the numbers on their side. They were dead, okay? If they missed that window of opportunity, they would not have won this. They would not have won against the crown. One strategy, one strategy. I tell you, when it comes to war, David beats Goliath if he has good strategy. And you're telling me this time the US has become Goliath. Very strong, bullying, talking blasphemies, no strategy under Trump. And you think the US enemies cannot see that weakness? Like, I mean, I'm not even a war strategist, and I can already see the weaknesses of the Trump administration. And I'm not even a spy. I'm not somebody who goes around collecting data or whatever, right? Yes, I have studied a little bit of politics, but I'm not like Putin. Like he has army intel information. He got Epstein files probably. Like he knows stuff. You think it's not possible because you think he, because you think America has everything. Let me tell you something about giants, okay? And this was like in the book of Malcolm Gladwell. If you see like human beings who have like these hormones that make them become like giants, okay? When they become so big, you know what they lose? They lose their vision. Most people who have this syndrome called gigantism, like Baron Trump, you will see their vision is not that good. Like they are, like you see these people who are tall and big, their vision is usually not that good. For some reason, the bigger you become, whether you're a company or a country, right? You can become too big to hold yourself together. Okay? And every empire that expanded and expanded and expanded was not able to continue expanding. Look at the British Empire. The British Empire was probably everywhere. It disappeared into thin air, right? Right now, we are like, what happened to the British Empire? Oh, the sun already set on the British Empire. Nobody's talking about a British Empire. It's like, the, you know, left the stage. But the thing is, with the British Empire, it really left the stage so gracefully. It realized when it was time to exit the stage, and it did. It did it with dignity. It went out so quietly. Like Alexander the Great, his empire also came down. The Roman Empire also, right? You can only become so big. And the empire that takes you out is not this monstrous. It's the little Goliath, like the little Goliath that takes you out. You know, Samson, right? The book of and I don't know, God talks to you in different ways, right? Samson was big and he was gifted and he had everything. Like every competitive advantage that there was to have in the art of war, Samson had. He could have easily, easily defeated the Philistines. Easily. He had the strength, the might, everything. Okay. And the Bible is always telling you don't even be afraid of your enemies, even if you see that they're giants and they're big. Because God has strategy. Like, because God always wants you to understand, like, war is here. Like, it's your strategy, is how smart you are. It's like, are you able to think and see weaknesses, right? And Samson had weaknesses, big weaknesses, right? And his enemy was just able to study him because he was arrogant. He thought he had everything, and he didn't think there was any possible way that anybody can know his secrets and take him down. This is why you see strategy over money, over power, over everything. I get all what you're saying. Okay, but you read about China and Russia history and Iran. Would you want to rule under any of those country based on them? Hell no. Hey, hell no. Okay. I and it's not what I want. At the end of it all, oh, if it was what I want, I would not want to be under the US imperialism at all. I would want to be under African power and Pan Africanism, okay? If it was anything that I wanted, okay, I would not wish to be under white supremacy, okay? I would not want that to be the ideology of the day and racism. Hell no. But it's not what I want. It's not what I want. I don't get to decide what's on the menu. I don't get to decide anything about nothing, right? I just get to read the situation, and whether I like the situation or I don't like the situation, it's it's a non-issue for me, right? It's a non-issue for me whether I like the situation or I don't like the situation, okay? I would not want to be under Russia. I would not want to be under Iran or or Islam and the jihad and all that they got going on, right? Nobody wants that. you know I, I I've seen how China can be to the Chinese people. They have cameras everywhere. Their faces can be recognized everywhere, so they usually wear these masks to prevent detection of their facial structures and everything, right? Do you think I want that? No, I don't want that. I would rather things stay the way they are. We go to work here in the United States, it stays this peaceful. Like, I would want this to continue on forever. This is good. This is good, right? I want this to continue on forever. But do you know who doesn't want this to continue on forever? Washington. Washington thinks they can have their cake and eat it. Like they're like, oh, no, 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 no. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. We can take more of Iraq. We can take more of Iran. We can take more of Lebanon. We can take more of that oil for free, right? They're still playing that game. They're still playing that game. And we can use Israel for money laundering and all that. Like the rich people in Washington, okay, they want more. They want more and more and more and more and more and more. And I don't think they're going to have it. I don't think this time they get to have their cake and eat it. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they will have their cake and eat it. And it's not what I want, it's not what if we I am a, like I'm not I am a nobody in this economy, right? Right. I don't get. I would just want to go to work, get paid, go home, sleep, wake up, get some sun, go sleep, wake up, do that. Okay? But then you hear all of a sudden out of the blue, out of nowhere, Washington is saying they're going to nuke people. And I have to think about, okay, for example, you say those things and you're the president of the United States. First of all, for me, I find it like it's not just immature and childish to say those things when you're the president of the United States. I mean, you're talking about nuclear weapons. Okay, fine. It's like a married couple that says, I'm going to divorce you, right? But even if you're married to your spouse and they say they want to divorce you, the first time they say it, you can choose to ignore it. Or you can start thinking, okay, if we were to divorce, would she take the car or the house, or would she how would we share custody? Somebody mentioned divorce in your marriage. You're thinking about, you may decide to ignore it completely and pretend it was a joke. They actually did not mean it. Or you can start thinking about, oh, what if they were serious about this divorce? um, what will happen if we get divorced? Where will I live if we get divorced? Will I take the car, the house, the children, the dog? Who's gonna get what? I'm just saying, he mentioned wiping out a civilization, and the world had it. Even people with nuclear weapons, they had it. You don't think Putin want? What do you think President Z is thinking about that situation? That it was somewhat a joke, and that he should not worry about it? that it was, I mean, you should not worry about it, right? Right? Um, you see, I get all what you're saying, right? Hi Fitzroy. I like your point. I get your point. I felt your passion. That's why I got hooked to you. I love your ideology. Yes, I do. Please, I don't think about nuclear war. I don't. It don't exist. Okay, babes, love you. you know, I want. I have to think about it. Like, how is this gonna play out? Just like you think about somebody is on a chessboard, right? You're playing a chessboard, right? Somebody makes this move because this is how politics, international politics work. You make this move, how do you think somebody is going to act, okay? Now we have ballistic missiles aimed at US ships from Iran because Russia put them there. And you guys are just not thinking like these key players in the world politics, they are moving their chips, okay? You may not want to see the moves that they are making, but this is a chessboard and these things are moving. You may not want to admit to the fact that these chips on the chessboard are being moved, but it doesn't matter because those chips are moving. I'm not the one moving them. I'm just the one looking at them and seeing, oh shit, they be moving. They are moving their chips. Like, like for Russia to be like, I'm going to put ballistic missiles. Ballistic missiles are lethal. They launch them, they're going to sink those ships, and those ships, they're just going to be like blown off, like boom, boom, right? And they just said, we are not shooting anybody, but we're just aiming them right there. In case of a sufficient threat, they're there. Okay. Um, I saw when Russia was invading Ukraine. When Russia was invading Ukraine, it just happened like a joke. Okay? It was like, oh, the Russia is just moving their ships towards the Ukraine border. Then the next week you hear, oh, they have advanced way more into the Ukrainian border, but they're not yet there. Okay? And Putin says he is not ready to strike. He's not striking anybody. He is just moving his troops near the Ukraine. Okay? And I'm like, and I was there and I was thinking like, this is a typical story of the Little Red Riding Hood. Okay? When the Little Red Riding Hood is asking, Grandma, why are your eyes so big? And Grandma says, so that I can see you well, my darling. Why are your ears so big? So that I can listen to you, my darling, right? That is what Putin was doing. Okay, Putin was just playing that Little Red Riding Hood. I'm telling you, Putin is a predator. Okay, he's a predator. He was telling the world, I'm just taking my troops near Ukrainian border. And everybody was like, Ukraine has not attacked Putin. There is no attack. He has no reason to attack Ukraine. Ukraine, he's just probably just, I don't know, for some reason he just is moving his army closer to the Ukrainian border, but he hasn't said he's going to attack Ukraine. We have no reason to think he's going to attack Ukraine. We know he's right there at the doorstep, but he said he does not want to attack Ukraine. So we're gonna believe Russia when he says Russia's not going to attack Ukraine. And I'm here thinking, okay, all right, this story doesn't make sense. This story doesn't make sense. And my co-workers, they were like, he's not going to attack. He's just moving closer to the border. Okay, then I don't know, whatever it takes for you to believe that he's going to attack Ukraine. It takes whatever it fucking takes. He attacked Ukraine. It's history now. Okay? Sorry, I'm not your partner to cuddle around, whatever. So you used to love it when your big sister used to read it. Until you come to the edge and read it yourself, right? Yeah, the little Red Riding Hood finds out, like, oh, grandma, why do you have such long, big teeth? So that I can eat you up. Eat you. I'm a wolf. You thought I was your grandma? Huh? That's how the world policy. Put Putin said he's going to put a nuclear bomb in space. I don't know how serious he is, okay? But he's like, I'm just putting it in space. I don't have anybody in mind that I'm attacking. Not China, not the US. I'm putting it in space. Hey, hey, you're going to put a what in space now? You madman of Russia. He's like, well, I think we need one in space. He has a target in mind, okay? He's just not putting some nuclear bomb in space. He knows who he wants to target. I'm dead sure he knows. I am dead sure he knows who he wants to target, and I'm dead sure it's not Ukraine. Because Ukraine, he doesn't need to put one in space to target Ukraine. Okay, do you know who he wants to target? If he puts a bomb in space? Who do you think he wants to target? If he really wanted to target Ukraine, he could just throw pyong right there. Down with Ukraine. like, like, I'm sure he has a target in mind, but let's not go there. Let's not even pretend we know who he wants to target. But you think he just wants to put it up there in space for decoration? Don't you think it's a Christmas present for somebody? Good tidings? Don't you think it's some good tidings for somebody? You is a nice storyteller. Now see why it's not a big thing. Let people love people. Nope. It's the little things you do. You call me. Right? I well, I tell you, Putin is just a damn fool who wants to say he wants to put a nuclear bomb in space and he has nobody in mind to annihilate. Okay? He's just putting it out there because everybody is fake. because it's fair game for everybody. He's just putting it there. He doesn't have a target. All the costs that it would take to get it there, everything, the technology, and he got nobody in mind. Yeah, he just want to scare the world. Like he got no target in mind. He just wants us scared. Like he just want us to think he's crazy. Okay? And he wants to show us he's a big deal. He got nobody in mind that he wants to target because he's just the crazy guy from Russia who does crazy things, you know, like advance his army to the Ukrainian border, but tells you, hey, I have no reason to attack Ukraine. I am just moving my army there for decoration. Okay. I'm just, you know, why would I attack them? What did they do to me that was wrong? Don't think I'm going to attack them. Mhm. I'm just moving my army closer and closer and closer. Oh, now I'm at the border. Oh, now I'm moving beyond their border. Just, I'm just going inside the country anyway and attacking them like whoopty doo. What are you gonna do now? European Union, what are you gonna do? I attacked them. Now, now, like now is your time to make your move. They're like, we're going to sanction everybody in Russia. You're not going to trade oil with you. We're not going to do all this, all this, all that. Putin's like, okay, all your oligarchs are going to suffer. We're going to freeze their assets. Putin's like, all right. You don't think I had warned them to pull out their money beforehand? Whoever didn't pull their money, okay, that's the money that they were willing to lose. All right, let's. And then Biden is like, well, we can't really help Ukraine fight Russia because, well, it's not our war to fight. Okay, um, we don't want to provoke nuclear war with Russia, so well, we can help Ukraine with sanctions and stop the Russian oligarchs, but we can't really supply weapons, and we can't really say we are supplying those weapons. We could supply those weapons, but we can't really say that we are doing it because 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 we can't really say that we're doing. I'm not here to scare the world. And if you're not sufficiently scared that Donald Trump is president, I'm not like I can't scare you more than you should be scared right now. I don't have the power to scare anybody more than they should be right now. Okay. Hey, if you don't have if you don't see the writing on the wall, then you don't see the writing on the wall. There's no way you can be scared because you lack the foresight to see. Like, I should be scared. I am not scared. Okay. I was scared for understanding what we are walking into. I'm not wearing makeup today. I just was working out. I don't have time to be scared. I am just not. I like. Do I think I should move and leave the U.S. right now? Yes, that's something like I am 100% thinking about. I can't tell people to move. It's the apocalypse. You're going to do whatever you want to do with your life. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. The decision I make will be my own decisions. Okay. But sometimes it's nice to see the writing on the wall. I'm just saying sometimes it's good to see the writing on the wall. A lot of people, they know that the US can be attacked nuclear wise, right? But a lot of people believe the US cannot be invaded. It's pretty much non-invadable, and it has too much money, too much power. Nobody wants to go against an empire like this. What I'm saying is this: I understand all that. I understand why nobody wanted to fight against Goliath. Okay? Nobody wanted to fight Goliath. He was too powerful, so mighty. Nobody wants to fight Goliath. Okay? And nobody wants to believe like some David somewhere. Nobody wants to believe that David can beat Goliath. Okay? And it doesn't take much for David to beat Goliath, which is very, very funny. Oh, yeah? It's just one stone that comes here, boom, a good aim, and Goliath falls down, and Goliath doesn't wake up again. Am I trying to scare you? Does that sound like a threat? Am I telling you something you already don't know in your head? No, I'm not saying that you don't know something. I'm just saying you can have a superpower as big as the United States. You can have a big, small battle that you thought it was inconsequential and you thought like it was some nothing out of nothing problem. Okay. But you never know where David is. Okay. I'm just saying, read your Bible. Things like this can happen. Don't say things are impossible. You know, nothing is impossible to happen. David can beat Goliath. I am something else. I am something else, right? Okay. I'm the crazy one. I'm going to say I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one. But if you were to think about Trump and Putin, who's a better strategist? If these two people come head on, fighting each other, who do you think is a better strategist? Because I think Putin has been in the game way longer than Trump. I think he has a vision that Trump doesn't have. Trump can be commanding this army with all the resources and all the money and all the power. But Putin is just as lethal if he has a good strategy. You may not want to respect that, but I do respect the art of war. I respect a good strategy over resources because I have seen it work. That is where lots of people win in a war. The strategy. Big giants fall every time when there's a David with a good strategy. Every fucking time. A giant falls when there is a David with a good strategy. I'm not saying they are good, better as a person. I'm not saying that I'm not talking about personalities, okay? If you told me to get married to any of the leaders of the world, I would say no. Okay? These men are brutal. These men can kill you any day, right? Like these are not people you fall in love with, and like these are evil people. Okay? They have their own, they have, it's not about whether I like any of them or one is better human being than the other. They probably all go to hell at the end of the day. I don't care. But I think right now, Putin, first of all, he's younger than Trump. He's sharper than Trump. Trump has been in power for the second term, right? He's not a good commander of army the way Putin is a good commander of an army. He may not have the resources to win a battle outright. I'm just saying don't underestimate him. I'm not saying he's going to jump into a war today and win a war with the United States tomorrow. I'm just saying the US should not be so comfortable to go around the world threatening everybody, being blasphemous, being very, very comfortable that nothing is going to come its way. That's all I'm saying. That even the people in the United States, right? They don't believe anything, any harm can come to them. Like it doesn't matter what the United States does to the rest of the world, if they're going to invade countries, if they think their oil and resources and everything else is theirs for the taking. I would not be so sure if I was the United States. I would not be so sure about such an aggressive position. Not when all the missiles are aimed at you because you're the superpower and you're the only one that has ever nuked anybody. And then you have a president like Donald Trump who doesn't make everybody feel safe. I would not be so sure about my position when there's somebody like Putin and President Z, and these old boys have been in the game. They know these streets. And they're not here to lose to anybody, right? I would not be so sure. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't be so comfortable thinking that the US can go and cause trouble all over the world and not get something in return. You might be so busy in your Christmas preparations and get nuked. Just like that. in 1 hour, like Goliath hits David in the eye and he falls down, a giant, and there is no reviving him. Look to alpha male in the ring, them know if them fight, any of them get injury at the end. That is why two alpha male don't war, them walk away. I hope they walk away. I honestly hope that they walk away. Mm-hmm. Right here, like right here, right now, walking away is the best thing anybody can do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like the best thing right now is for people to realize very quickly this this is not worth it. Like these wars are not worth it. It's not worth it. There's no need for more war. There's no need of more funding this war and funding that war. I think this is the sweet spot where you get to walk away and nothing happens. Any escalation from here on out is not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. It's not a good thing. Any escalation from this point, I'm telling you, somebody's gonna get hurt real bad. Somebody's gonna get nuked for sure. Now you decide. No, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I say, whatever. But somebody's gonna nuke if this continues. If this continues on, we have so many wars going on. Too many wars going on. This is the time you walk away. This is the time you don't escalate things at all. At all, you just back off. The problem, we have a president who likes to tweet when he has a bad day, when he feels angry, when he feels dysregulated. He tweets, 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 tweets. I've never seen a president like that. I don't even think other presidents use social media like that. So for me to see the war not escalating further, I don't see how this war will not escalate. Okay. I don't see how it doesn't escalate. And I think the problem is in the White House. Well, if not them, it's not here to lose them and walk away. You know, there's none of them don't join any of this conflict because they know what time it is. Everybody know what time it is. That's all I'm saying. Like you have to understand your environment and the global environment we are living at this time. Just know what time it is right now. You look around, know what time it is, know your position, know exactly where you are. But I'm just saying, you be open minded, right? I'm saying, even people in the United States, they should start thinking about talking about they want peace and they don't want any more conflict and they want it to end. Okay? But I tell you, there are people in the United States who wants the US to go to war. because they believe the US is going to win that war and they can take oil from Iran and they can take their uranium and they can make more bombs. And they think that that's going to happen. And they just don't see any of those plans backfiring. They don't see any dangers to it. They just think that, Israel is going to attack the Middle East and become very, very successful at taking the lands, annexing every territory for the greater Israel. I'm just saying, this is the kind of shit that gets you nuked out of the blue on Christmas. You won't even know what hit you, right? I'm just saying, this is the kind of mess, okay, that makes somebody like Putin say, "Oh, I'm just going to put a nuclear bomb in space. I don't mean to hit nobody. All right, I'm just scaring you because I'm a stupid madman in Russia that just likes to cause chaos because that's what I do." I have it aimed at nobody. No. Now I'm just looking at these things and I'm like, hey, we've been played here. This is not, no. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I don't like what I see. I do not like what I see. I don't like what I see. You may not believe with my analysis. I don't care. You know, nobody cares. Like, hey, who cares about an educated black woman who's like looking at politics and being like, mm-mm. That one, I can feel it. We told you not to vote for Donald Trump. We already know that. Trust me when I tell you. I don't trust Putin right now. And I think he's more lethal than everybody thinks. Nobody ever thinks, everybody knows the US is lethal, right? The same way everybody can see Goliath and understand Goliath is lethal. Okay? Stay away from Goliath. Don't make a move against Goliath because Goliath can end you in any day. Okay? Who's gonna fight Goliath? Nobody wants to fight the lion. Like, are you going to fight the lion? No. But I'm telling you, David beats Goliath. That's the move you do not see coming. And you think it's going to take him long, but because he has studied Goliath, he can see Goliath does not have a good vision, and Goliath has a problem with little things, small things over there that he cannot see very well. And he aims one dose at Goliath and he falls down. Like, that's the kind of move that you don't see in the art of war, that nobody tells you. That's the move Goliath never sees coming. And that's the move you always afraid of. That move, that move. In a world of nuclear war, that move looks like a preemptive strike you don't see on Christmas Day. It was just a normal day. You're going to work. You say, "Hey," that kind of move. That's kind of move that I tell you. You're so blind to the reality around you that you don't even smell the rat coming. I'm just saying, like, I don't hate the United States. I don't love Russia. I don't want us to be under the rule of Russia. It's better the devil you know than the angel you don't know. Okay, I'm a big believer of that. But I have no say in the matter. Okay. If Americans want to be arrogant and blind to the fact that they are not the only one who can annihilate somebody with nuclear, if they want to be blind to the fact that threatening another country with wiping them with nuclear just tells other nuclear powers with nuclear weapons to get ready to fire and puts a target on its back, if America is not able to see that, nobody's going to open their eyes for America. Okay? Nobody is going to open Donald Trump's eyes to see the light. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have that kind of wisdom, nobody's going to open your eyes. You're just going to learn from your mistakes, because nobody's interested in opening anybody's eyes. Nobody's interested in telling him, hey, you just told us one good secret that we did not know about the US, that they are ready to use nukes on the people they don't like. That's a good secret to let out early on in the spring. For your enemies, that's information they did not have. And now you've given them the information that they didn't need to know. They didn't need to know that you are prepared to strike them with a nuke. Why did you tell them that information? Like, that is critical information that you don't need to share with anybody. That's the information you leave between you and God. If you're going to strike anybody with a nuke, don't tell them, just do it. You don't tell them. That's not the move that you scream and shout about. Now you just let them know that what you're thinking and what's on your mind. Now you just let them know something they do not need to know. You just let them know. Now they're prepared. Now they're going to prepare for that move. This was a move that they did not have in their mind. You didn't have to put ideas in anybody's mind. You did not have to prepare them. You did not need to do that, right? But since Goliath is blind, he makes mistakes. He doesn't watch where he's going. That's all I'm saying, honey. That's all I'm saying is a bad move. Bad move. And the reason Goliath keeps talking is because he think nobody be listening. He think David is so fucking dumb, he not listening. And it's true, because an old man survived and told the truth. You look better without lipstick. Oh, whatever. Right. I am beautiful naturally, and I am beautiful with lipstick. Red lipstick makes you look like you wear makeup, even when you do not wear makeup. I'm telling you, that was a move he did not need to say. And that's when that's when a giant makes mistake. A giant can make mistake. A giant like Goliath can make one goddamn mistake and lose to Goliath. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If the US thinks that doesn't need to about anything because it's a superpower. I'm saying to the US, you're Goliath. Don't underestimate the David around you. Do not do that move. It's the one move that a giant makes and they become so blind and they lose everything. It's the one move, it's even in the Bible. It's the one move that George Washington used to create this nation, to get it away from the crown. That's the one move. It's like the sacred move. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm delusional and have zero experience? I have zero experience, okay? I read and study strategies and things. Let's wait, see how this all pans out by Christmas or by spring next year. Let's see how this ages out. I am okay to be wrong, but let's see how it ages out. Hmm? Let me sit out here, get some sun a little bit. Let me get some sun. Vitamin D is essential for life's happiness. What can I say? I think I'm gaining a little bit, but anyway, let me enjoy my life. Let me enjoy this life. Ah. Mm-mm-mm. Let's stop the war. Let me take a break from this nightmare. Tell me something. Tell me something else. Let me stop convincing you about how I see things, right? We all see life differently. That is how I'm reading the situation. It's always nice to have a different perspective from what everybody else is thinking. Okay? For what it's worth. For what it's worth. Okay? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right, but it's always nice to have a different it's always nice to have a different perspective. That's all I'm saying. You can't be sold only in one idea or one way. It's good to have it's good to have I think for me it's good to have it's like a game of chess, right? You can only be making the same move all the time. You have to think about what if they make a different move? Hmm. What do you think? I mean, you guys tell me what you think. I like to be challenged with my ideas. I like somebody to come and challenge what I like. Hi, Chidi. Those are my ideas. I know, not popular, not very popular. I'm not going to say here, and I'm not going to defend what I think. What I think is what I think. I'm not going to keep defending it. It doesn't matter whether I'm wrong or right. Like, this is social media. It doesn't matter. Today I'm doing good. Just let me get some sun. I tell you, I think I'm low on vitamin D. I'm low on vitamin D. Let me get some sun and then get on with my day. I think I'm getting some muscles. See some muscles? Getting, I'm starting, and I'm always thankful that you guys come here and you motivate me, because sometimes I may not be feeling like working out, but then someone will tell me, okay, you work out, work out, work out. Sometimes I want to yap about politics too much or mental health too much. And you guys be like, okay, whatever. I want to see you working out. And you encourage me to get off my ass and work out. So, thank you. Everybody needs motivation. Please, all. It is burning your pretty skin. Get out of there. No. Wait, vitamin D. Do you know, don't you know that black people, melanin and the sun needs to kiss? Okay? This skin is meant for the sun. Okay? The sun built this. Okay, this is a creation of the sun. You see how beautiful it is? The sun created it. They have a relationship. There's a relationship between melanin and the sun. Okay? Um, Black people are the only people who produce melanin. Okay? Melanin is very important. Like, doctors these days are wanting to harvest melanin because it has a lot of health benefits, that they want to harvest melanin. The problem is only black people can create melanin. I'm saying only black people can create melanin. And it's so important. It has medical benefits. They're thinking about starting to harvest melanin so that they can help people with problems, like different problems. Um, we are rare people. If we die, we go with our melanin, and it will not be able to help you with medical things. Should be careful how you treat me and my melanin. Okay? When you cannot create it. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. Okay. I don't do drugs. I think you're insulting me. Oh, you come to insult me? Go away. How can you come to my channel and start insulting me? Huh? Huh? Now you're blocked from my channel. How can you come to my channel and start insulting me? I don't even get it. Okay. I'm in the sun. Okay. I'm squinting because I'm in the sun. I'm taking hot chocolate. You come here and you start insulting me, calling me a junkie. I'm blocking you. I don't take negative energy from anybody. Hi, Emerald. Hi, MRC. That name is a little bit. Hi, Robert from Colorado. Right now it's 11:15. Hi, Cairo. Cairo, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, I don't tolerate disrespect. If you come into my channel, you disrespect me, I'm blocking you. You're gonna get blocked. Yeah, you're gonna get blocked. I look cute. Thanks, darling. Yeah. Tell me I look cute if you don't want to get blocked. Okay, I'm a dictator. I'm dictator like Putin. Okay. I'm a dictator on this channel like the Sheikh of like the Sheikh of Dubai. If you don't tell me all good things, I'll block you. Yeah. People like me are delusional. Hi, Bruce. Nice to see you, darling. Imagine somebody came here like 2 minutes ago. He starts saying stuff like, "Are you on drugs?" I blocked them just like that. Like, you're gone out of my channel. You didn't have to do that, but oh well. Not today. Not today, devil. Not. Okay, let me not go crazy. You know how Christians are like, not today, devil. Today, Exactly. It's not good to say to people, um, I don't have to I don't have to block anybody, but that's what I choose to do. Yep. Now, yeah, it's not good for my business. I am a mental health coach. I encourage people to face their problems, not through drugs. You know, I try anything else, which is just not drugs. Because there's no need to make a bad problem much worse, right? We all go through problems, but you know, I think you can make it right here in your mind when you stop. You know, you can, if you're going through something, you can tell yourself, I'm not going to compare myself with anybody. It's okay for people to be ahead of me in life, but I'm not gonna do drugs. It's okay if I don't have money, whatever little money I have, I don't have to use it on drugs. It's okay to pray. It's okay to share with your friends, right? um yeah, you don't have to listen to people with negative energy. That's why I block them, right? If they got nothing to say, they can keep quiet. But I don't understand how somebody wants to type things and then type other insults that they can master. Oh, you step back to let other people comment, but you've seen some comments, they are like childish comments. Anyway, guys, um, I gotta go back. I need to work on my website. It was nice hanging out with you always, you know, encouraging you to work out, talk about politics, just hang out, you know. Don't know how much time we have left. We might as well enjoy some time. So may you be happy and live with a joyful heart. May you be strong and healthy and live with a body that gives you energy. And may you be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may you live with the ease that comes with well being. I love you. God loves you. I hope you go to heaven. I hope you humble yourself before the Almighty Creator and repent your sins and accept Christ, because the end is near and we're going to go to heaven, all of us. Love you. Overton, I enjoy hanging out with you too. Uh, yes, me too. Thank you. I'm gentle. Oh, thank you, darling. You too. Big fan. Jonah, nice. Bruce, Dan, love you. All of you. Take care. Bye.